I'm Andre Cacciatore of Nesson.com. I'm here with Matt Perino of UFC.com. We're here to talk UFC 209 this Saturday night in Las Vegas. The welterweight championship fight between Stephen Wonderboy Thompson and Tyron Woodley. It's a rematch of epic proportions. Matt, what do you see in this rematch?
Well, Tyron Woodley didn't want this rematch right away because he thinks that these two guys are in the prime of their careers. He wanted to go his separate ways, maybe meet again down the line, but we're going to run it back right now because in the UFC, we do not like draws. We like to know who is the winner, who is the loser, and we're going to find out at UFC 209. You have Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, the karate champion, against Tyron Woodley, the wrestler with a hell of a right hand, and they're going to do it again. In the first fight, Tyron Woodley had the big moments, but it was Stephen Wonderboy Thompson who thinks he figured out how to beat Woodley, especially down the stretch in the fifth round when he had the most success. He thinks he'll be able to change a few things up and have more success for the long haul in this rematch.
Well, when I look at the first fight between these two guys, before the fight I said Woodley, the guy has a, as you mentioned, devastating right hand. I think he can finish the fight with a single blow, and I think he'll still try to go for that. And when you look at the other fight, Woodley actually had more significant strikes than Thompson. He was the first fighter to have more significant strikes than Thompson in Thompson's UFC career. It was the first time Thompson's been outstruck. And it was the first time in 7 fights that Thompson had been taken down as well. So, it was a draw, but I think Woodley had a lot of good moments there. And I don't see how Thompson's going to really come out of this. He almost lost in that fifth round. We talked about that guillotine choke that Woodley had on Thompson. He was able to get out of that. But you look at the 5 rounds that Woodley, I think he should have won that fight. I don't think it should have been a draw, and I'm going to take Woodley again in this one.
I'm actually going to take Wonderboy. I think he came out and he said that it was laziness with that leg kick, which I don't think you're going to see any of in this rematch. He's not going to float out that leg kick because that's what will get him into trouble against Tyron Woodley, because if he catches it like he did in the first round, he cut him when he was on the ground. That changed the entire complexion of the whole fight. Wonderboy never really got into a rhythm. He said he wasn't as aggressive with his striking with his hands, which he needs to be successful against Woodley. He's got to outpoint him. Which could ultimately lead to the knockout, but he has to employ his style, which is a lot of punches, a lot of strikes, going with Wonderboy in the rematch.
Well, I disagree with you, Matt. I think this is going to be a much quicker fight than last time. I'm going Woodley in the second round with a devastating right hand knock to Wonderboy's face, and it's just going to end right there. But don't miss it. It's going to be an exciting fight either way. UFC 209 this Saturday night. Keep it on UFC.com or Nesson.com for all of your UFC news.